I'm a car dealer that sells cars for $5,000 and under, and today I'm at a used car dealer auction. I'm going to show you exactly what dealers pay for their inventory. And today's auction video is being sponsored by Simply Safe. There's no safe like Simply Safe. So Alex is actually pulling me away to get a second opinion on this. Check this out. This Chevy, if I'm not mistaken, was actually here 2 weeks ago. All right, check this thing out. This is a rare sight for me. This is a Cadillac Escalade. Not because it's Escalade. See Escalades all the time, 2007. But it's got 282,000 miles. And you just didn't see a lot of them, at least the ones that I see pop up at auction, last that long. Anyway, we'll check this one out. I'm very curious to see what that mileage knocks off of the price on something like this. Outside, yeah, outside looks like it's been taken care of. The tires are fine on it.
All right, here's the Escalade with 282,000 miles. Crazy. Try to start at 45,000. No, not 45,000. 4,500. Drop down only to 1,000. Rode to 1,100, 1,200, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 2,000.
Yep, running boards go down still. Power seat works. A little rough, a little cut up there. Inside doesn't look too bad. Okay, I'm surprised about this. So it's actually in good shape for what it is and how many miles it has. So I'm very interested to see what it will actually bring here today. 2007. Remember, 282,000 miles. Let's see what it brings.
Rolling out. They got 2,100 right now. 2,100, 2,200. Got 2,200. Got $2,200. They're not gonna sell it.
Takes 35.
Said it takes 35. Crazy.
Number 36.
Wonder if seller knows how many miles are on it.
All right, and anytime I see Tacomas, I want to check them out. Look at this one though. This one's got 201,000 miles. It's a 2013. And the outside body, from what I'm seeing right here, looks pretty rough. Emblems even been, I don't know if they did it on purpose or not. Probably not, because it's been hit. See right there, that's actually, all this is loose. The clips are broken off on it, and then that's cracked right there. Side of it, lots of scratches, lots of places here and there. There's a little bit of crust, but that's not really any significant amount of rust there at all. Let's check the inside.
Here's the Tacoma, 200,000 miles, 2013. Trying to start at 5,500 bucks. All right, they announced transmission issue. Transmission's bad. All right, we got $4,000. Even with transmission, even with 200,000 miles, 4,000. Even with that right there.
Inside looks a little bit better than the outside does. You don't see any big time wear on the seats. We've got some stains. It actually looks worse on the camera than it does in real life. Like, that stain looks awful on this camera, and I can almost not see it here. It might just be that the light that the camera's bringing in, but overall it's not terrible on the inside. I don't think the outside's worse than the inside, and specifically just because it's been hit. And most likely a dealer that's going to buy this, they're probably going to replace that bumper, because they can actually still get tons and tons of money out of this thing, and it's going to bring tons and tons of money inside. But we get to go see it now. 2013. 201,000 miles on it.
41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 5,000, 51. It's gone, rolled out, way down there. We're at 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. We got 5,900. 5,900 sold.
So Alex is actually pulling me away to get a second opinion on this. Said the seats are a little dirty, see if they're too dirty for us to check out. It's a 2008 Freestyle, 137,000 miles, and we're gonna look at the seats. You're gonna see them for the first time along with me. I mean, that's a lot of hair, but
this one's a little bit.
Yeah, the stains are pretty bad. The thing about it is it's going to go really cheap because of all this. Well, I mean, we can pay a little bit extra to get stuff like this detailed out. What happened to, I mean, there's hair up here too. Do they just have their dogs just?
Giant dog.
A giant dog is what it is. Surprised it's not a Subaru. What do you think we should do? Let's just, whatever you think that you would pay for it, maybe just knock it down like 500 bucks. Because if we get a really good detail job on it where they're going to clean everything, it'll cost like 200 bucks. Yeah, so I would just take your number down like 500 bucks. And then I'm not driving it. I think you should bid on it. I like these cars. And I want to check this Highlander right here because look at this. It's got 234,000 miles. You can see this is the run number, how they dictate how they're putting the paperwork in when it runs through. That's the year, 2015. It's got 234,000 miles, just so you know when I'm looking at the rest of these cars out here. But I want to look at this one because it's got such high mileage, and I'll show you how that doesn't matter as much as you think it would. And that's my guess on this. It's still going to bring crazy money because it's a Toyota, because it's a Highlander. Very highly desirable car, and it actually looks like it's in pretty good shape too. It's a limited all-wheel drive, desirable trim. Yeah, let's check the inside.
All right, here's the Highlander. It's got 234,000 miles. Trying to start at $10,000. No bids, no bids. 6,000, 6,000, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, rolling out.
Yeah, I mean, a little rough here. Not so bad. I mean, you got 200,000 miles on this thing, so you're going to have some wear and tear somewhere. But I mean, overall, this thing looks very good. Yep, third row seat. Yeah, this is going to bring a lot of money, my guess. But anyway, you get to see if I'm right or wrong. And we're going to go inside right now and find out what it brings.
Up to $7,000, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, oh, nope, 81, 81. Yeah, 8,100, 8,200, 8,200. Put on a phone call, put on a phone call.
So something you need to keep in mind too when I'm showing you all these vehicles is that I'm showing you wholesale prices. So if you think those prices are crazy, well, dealers are trying to make money on top of that. And a lot of these dealers, they don't get out of bed for less than $2,000, $2,500 gross profit per car. It's not the way we operate. We sell cheap cars, and if we make $1,000 a car, that's what I try to do. A lot of these other dealers that spend $10,000, $20,000 on a lot of these vehicles, no, they want to make $2,000, $3,000, sometimes $4,000 or $5,000, depending on what they're actually buying and selling on these vehicles. So you can add thousands of dollars on top of whatever they're paying wholesale. Another thing you have to factor in is that they're probably going to have to fix something on it. They're going to have to detail these cars. They're going to have to transport them. They got buyer fees. They got seller fees. All these things are going to get tacked on, and who gets to pay for all that extra stuff? Well, it's you. And then add on their gross profit. It's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars more than what you're actually seeing right here at this auction. So if you think prices are crazy of what these dealers are paying, well, just wait till it gets onto their retail lot, and then tell me how crazy the prices are, because it's even way worse. So everyone's got stuff that they want to keep safe. Your home, your tools, your car, your business. You worked hard for it, and you don't realize how fast something can be gone until something happens to it. And that's why I partnered with SimpliSafe. It's an easy-to-use, award-winning home security system that protects your home, your shop, and everything that you work for. And right now, they're running their biggest sale of the year, 60% off. Between holiday travel, cold weather, and houses full of gifts, break-ins, fires, and even frozen pipes all become more common. SimpliSafe's got sensors and cameras for everything. Entry and motion sensors for doors and garages, smoke and carbon monoxide detectors for candles or cooking, and water and temperature sensors to help prevent a burst pipe. You can install it yourself or get professional installation with no long-term contracts or hidden fees. Monitoring plans start around $1 a day. Their new Active Guard outdoor protection uses AI-powered cameras that can actually spot suspicious activity before a break-in happens. So right now, you can save 60% on your SimpliSafe security system when you sign up for a professional monitoring plan and get your first month free. So I want to thank SimpliSafe for sponsoring today's video. As a father, as a husband, as a business owner, I want to make sure that everything that I've built and everyone that I love stays protected at all times. And it's a great time of year to think about protecting what matters. And they built a system that really gives you peace of mind. So visit simplisafe.com/CQA live to customize yours. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. All right, so check this out. This Chevy, if I'm not mistaken, was actually here 2 weeks ago, and we'll pull up the footage right here and show it to you. But here's the thing, in a downtrending market, we see a lot more of this. And actually, yeah, it absolutely was here, because I remember that, that gash on the back of the tailgate. In a downtrending market, we see more and more no sales. And what does that mean? That means a dealership, just like that one right there, brings a car, a truck to the auction, and it doesn't bring as much as they think it will bring. So they end up no selling it and trying to run it the next week to get that number that they want to hit on that vehicle. All these cars at auction, they all have a reserve price on them. There's a minimum that the seller will actually take. And it's not common that a lot of cars don't get sold. Traditionally, most of the cars that go through this auction will actually sell. That's how these auctions make money. They have to have transactions that happen. And in a lot of cases, a lot of these sellers know what prices their vehicles should go for. But in a very volatile market, which is what we're in right now, where prices are going down and up and down and up and down, and now down some more, well, what's going to end up happening is these sellers, when they actually go and trade at their new car stores, they could be trading wrong. They could be giving customers more money on their trade-ins than what the vehicle is actually worth at current market value. And when they bring it here to auction, well, they find that market value because that market value that they thought they had, well, no dealers here are willing to pay that market value, so they end up not hitting the reserve that they wanted for that car, and it doesn't get sold. So they run it week after week after week. But here's the problem. If we have a downtrending market where wholesale prices are going down, which is what we are experiencing right now, a lot of dealers, independent dealers like myself, weaker, then we're not willing to pay up like we were 3, 4, 5 months ago. Well, what's going to end up happening is these dealerships that bring cars to actually sell them, well, they keep sitting week after week after week. We start to see more and more no sales in a downtrending market. And eventually they'll cut loose and prices will, in the data, start rolling over, showing that prices are going way down because they eventually start cutting loose of a lot of this stuff. But a lot of these big franchise dealers that are taking these trade-ins for too much money and then trying to unload them on us for that same too much money, well, they can end up getting stuck and they can end up losing some money. And what we say here in the car market is first money, best money. What that means is that the first week you bring a car to auction, that's the most money that it's going to bring. I know, just like every other dealer that's sitting here, this car runs through last week, it brings X amount of dollars, and I look at that car and I see the seller won't take $10,000 for it, and I wasn't even willing to pay $9,500 for it. The next week, I'm not even gonna bid on it. You have a lot of other bidders that drop off. Well, instead of bringing $9,500, it's going to bring $9,000. Well, the seller wanted 10 grand last week, so they're definitely not gonna take 9,000, so they just run it again. You get more dealerships, more dealers just like myself drop off that car as bidders, and then the next week it brings $8,500. This is what happens. I've been doing this for 14 years. I've seen thousands and thousands of these same scenarios that happen each and every week, and it's always the same. First money, best money. So since they've run this multiple weeks, well, actually, let's check it again this week. So I'll go just really quick over it. So 2022 Silverado, 92,000 miles. You saw that gash that was on the back I showed you earlier. I mean, the whole body, there's nicks, scrapes, all those kind of things.
All right, here's the red Silverado. Remember, it's no sold multiple times. All right, we're trying to get 22.5 out of it. No bids, no bids. Drop down 22,000, still no bids. Still at 22. Drop down 21,000, still no bids. Can't get anybody to bid on it. This is why it didn't sell. Might be something majorly wrong with it other than just the scuffs.
Inside, if I remember correctly, yep, pretty dirty. Gross, smells like smoke. Fantastic. There we go. Yep, we'll check it on the inside, see what it brings this week, and see if they sell it.
Got 15,006 right now. It's rolling out. No sell. No, didn't sell. Put on a phone call, but probably going to be no sell. No bids still. Drop down to 20,000. All the way down to 15,000. I don't know if he's got any bids. We're at $15,000. No sell, no sell, no sell. No sell again.
All right, let's check this one out. It's a 2015 Corolla. It's got 117,000 miles. I know a lot of you guys like for me to check the big trucks, the big SUVs, Toyota, Tacomas, Tundras, things like that, the higher line stuff. But for most average families, this is what they're buying. So I like to show this kind of vehicle because it's going to give a good picture of what the average family is spending on a used vehicle. And you see what a dealer pays for it, and then you can market it from there and kind of do some backwards math to see what it at least should be going for compared to what dealers here are paying for it. The outside body is okay. I mean, this kind of stuff is normal on a vehicle like this. What year did I say this? I'm guessing it's like 10 years old. Yeah, it's a 2015. But this is the normal kind of wear and tear. This is what you're going to see on dealer lots for the most part.
All right, here's the Corolla 2015. It's got 117,000 miles. Try to start at 7,500 bucks. No bids, no bids. Drop down to 7,000, still no bids. Dropped it down to 6,000, still no bids. down to 5,500 bucks. 5,500 bucks. We got bids coming down.
Inside can be cleaned. We got, is that a hole in the side of the? Yep, that's actually ripped up on the side of the actual carpet in the car, and not just the floor mat. But keep all this in mind. The cleanliness, that can be fixed, no problem. The dings, dents, scratches are probably not going to be fixed by the dealer who actually buys it today. Check this out. This will probably be fixed. It looks like just some of the clips got broken off, but they can absolutely put that back and fix those clips. Keep all this stuff in mind. We're going to see this and see what the average family is going to pay for an average four-door sedan. Corolla 2015, 117,000 miles.
All right, rolling out. We got 5,500 on it. Just one bid though, just one bid. Put on a phone call. Only one bid, 5,500 bucks. Put on a phone call, put on if bid.
All right, here you go. Let's check this one out. It's a 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's got 76,000 miles. Something I want to point out about this was sold in 2021. So think about what that person went through to buy this vehicle and then trade it in. And probably just about every case in 2021, when you're going and buying one of these, you were getting a markup on top of it. And this was right after Jeep actually increased their prices like crazy. So you get the increase from the manufacturer, and then you get dealers that were probably adding $10,000 to $20,000 on top of these things. And customer kept it for what, 4 years? And just imagine the depreciation, because that depreciation is not coming. They're not using that starting number from what this customer actually paid, because that customer paid an additional markup on this Jeep. Well, it's coming off the original MSRP, and then when you're thinking about owning a car for like 3 or 4 years, then you can almost cut that vehicle value in half. So you cut this thing in half of value what that customer paid, and then they lost that additional $10,000 or $20,000. This is why there's such a problem in the car market right now with delinquencies and all these things. There's a lot of customers that have to be, a lot of people that have this car debt that's got to be looking at what they owe on the car, and they're like, okay, well, I owe still $35,000, but the dealer's only going to give me 20 grand for this car. I'm $15,000 upside down on this vehicle. How can that be? Well, it's because you paid a market adjustment when it was the absolute worst time in the history of buying a vehicle to purchase one. And this is what a lot of consumers are dealing with. And this is why a lot of consumers are being pulled out of the market, because the same customer probably had to deal with some negative equity and figure out how to get rid of that. And in a lot of cases, they have to come up with cash. But what ends up happening is, a lot of cases, this customer probably had it, and that's why they're able to trade this in. But a lot of customers don't. And what happens is dealerships have to actually turn those customers away. This is why a lot of trade-ins that should be coming into the market right now are just not coming into the market, because there's no levers that a lot of these dealerships can pull to work around this $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 in some case negative equity that is coming into their dealerships. It's pulling a lot of customers out of the market. It's pulling a lot of trade-ins out of the market. It's pulling a lot of transactions out of the market. And that hurts small used car dealers like myself. And at the end of the day, it's going to hurt the whole market in general, because what we need to happen for prices to come down, for dealerships to make more money, for manufacturers to make more money, is we need velocity of money to move through the system. And we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, because prices have gone up so high in just a short amount of time that a lot of consumers like this right here are they're getting stuck. Anyway, so check it. It's 2021. It's got 76,000 miles on it. Jeep Grand Cherokee. Let's look at the inside. The outside looked great on it.
All right, here's the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Trying to start at 25,500. No bids, no bids. Dropping down to 25,000. No bids. This floor guy's asking for 19,000, but they're at 23 grand.
Inside looks pretty good too. This actually is one of the few of the Grand Cherokees that has the third row seat. I can only imagine how small that third row seat is, though. Let's check it, because this is not a huge vehicle. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's your legroom if you're sitting back in the back. So yeah, that's not a comfortable situation. But I like the way the dash is set up. It actually looks good. And I'm not the biggest Jeep fan other than your Wranglers. So this one looks better than I would say most Cherokees that I've seen over the years actually look. But anyway, we'll see what a dealer will pay for this thing.
That thumb down meant $19,000. Drop down 22. Still no bids. All right, we got 21,000. It's rolled out. We got bids. 21, 20, 21 1, 21 2, 22, 21 3, 21 4, 21 5. All right, I'm tongue tied at this point. 21 9 at this point. No, he's got 21 8. Oh my goodness, that was the worst commentary I've ever heard in my life. We got 21,800. Seller shaking his head no though. Buyer said he'd come up to 22,000. Seller said he'd come down to $23,000. They said no sell, no sell, no sell. They wanted 23,000 and said no sell.